Okay, great. How you guys doing? Thank you for having me on. So yeah, I wanted to share this add-on, the tables add-on, which I've open sourced for the community. I think it's something that will be helpful for people who are building or learning to build add-ons, especially. So I know sometimes everybody faces different challenges while trying to build these add-ons. So sometimes just seeing a working example can be the best way to learn. So that's why I've opened this up to the community, and it's available on GitHub. I'll share the link again in the chat when I'm done. But I'll just walk everyone through it, what it does, and show you some of the code in the repo. And if anyone has any questions at the end, I'll be happy to answer. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. So the add-on demonstrates some very essential parts of building add-ons for Express. Like we have a tabs feature where we used to break the data, break the UI into different parts, and you can import data, or you can use dummy data to form your tables. So, for example, if I wanted to build a table with, let's say, 3 columns and 5 rows, when it's set to dummy data, it automatically adds some dummy data from fake data, pre-fills it already, and then in the design tab, you can choose how you want the add-on to look. You can choose a different color type. Yeah, users can also set the alignment of the text as well, and then hit create, and just like that, it generates a table for you using the style and the information that you chose. So users can also choose from the different data types that are available in this drop down list over here. Let me just do that again, and it will generate a table for you. So the main thing that you will anyone who's using this to learn will see is the data handling part, how to import data from a CSV file, or how to use a dummy data library. The specific library that I'm using here is called fake data. It's faker.js, called faker.js. All of it is in the package.json file for this repo. So let me show you how to import data as well. So I'm going to import a CSV file, and there we go. You'll get a preview of the file and its contents here in the table, and create. One thing I also encountered the same thing that Michael encountered with the 200 item limit. And I noticed as well that it doesn't really affect, even if you exceed 200 items, 200 objects in the document, it doesn't really affect anything. It still creates them, just, tells you that you've exceeded the limit. So it's taking a while. Another thing, yeah, so there we go. So a few things to look out for is things like scaling. At this version of the add-on doesn't handle scaling very well just yet. So for those people who are using it to learn, that's something to look out for. But you will see how patterns for how to integrate the document API. We're using the document API to draw these rectangles and to set their colors. And also we're using the text API, the experimental text APIs to set the size of these text objects and also the fonts as well. Yeah, so this project essentially is a hands-on example for developers who are new to building Express. The code itself is well commented, so I used some TypeScript types. So if you hover over the different functions, you'll see descriptions of what they do. This is the code file that actually uses the document API to draw those objects that I just showed you. So even the different tabs as well. The tabs are broken into different components: the data tab, the design tab, and the options where you can set the fonts and the positioning. So it's all very well documented. Um, you can All you have to do is clone the repo. There's some instructions here as well. Oh wow, wow. So you just clone the repo, do your npm install, and then do npm run start, and you should be able to run the add-on locally. So I would love to hear feedback and suggestions on how the people, our other developers in the community, are using this, or how they want to contribute. Feel free to fork the code to use it, or to just copy snippets of it in your own applications if you want.